Okay, welcome everyone for the pre-finals meditation session hosted by the Pre-Health Integrative Medicine Club at Arizona State University. So, before we begin, a very short introduction about the PHIM Club. So, we are a student organization at ASU, and our purpose is to connect with individuals and sort of build a community of people who are interested in alternative and allopathic medicine. So we do a variety of guest speaker sessions, wellness sessions like this one, which is happening right now, and we also do games and interactive events so that students who are both pre-health majors and who may also be studying other majors can learn more about integrative medicine, various forms of wellness, and also just improve their wellness in general by attending these events. So thank you all for joining today. Today's event is actually a meditation session. So we'll be having a guided meditation session geared towards sort of relaxing, de-stressing, and hopefully, improving outcomes before the finals week, which is going to start pretty soon at ASU. So our session leader, our session facilitator for today will be Mr. Sudhir Tiwari, who was born in India, and he is a yoga and meditation facilitator. And before reading his bio, I would like to thank him for coming today to ASU at this club and doing this session for us. So Sudhir was born in India, and his name was chosen by Swami Kaivalyadham, and he received his first training under the guidance of Swami Digambarji, who was a disciple of Swami Kaivalyadham and his father, Sri Om Prakash Tiwari. So he was brought up at the Kaivalyadham Yoga Institute, which is in India, and it's amidst rich traditional yogic heritage of Swami Madhavasji Maharaj and Swami Kaivalyadham and Swami Digambarji, which was a tradition kept alive by his father and a well-known pranayama master, Sri O.P. Tiwari. So Swami Digambarji, on his own accord, initiated Sudhir in 1981 by conducting a thread ceremony and accepted him as a disciple. And this is how he received his primary and advanced yogic and Ayurvedic training, which included the study of traditional texts, mantra yoga, fire ceremony, pranayama, and various aspects of spiritual yoga. And Sudhir also learned pranayama and hatha pradipika from his father. Apologies if I'm pronouncing any of this wrong, but yeah. And then Sudhir's calling came in early 2012 when his father expressed his desire for him to become an instrument to further the message of Swami Kaivalyadham and Swami Digambarji by spreading the story and practice of the fundamentals of undiluted yoga. And so now Sudhir travels all around the world conducting workshops in theory and practice of yoga, which is asana, pranayama, meditation, chanting, and Ayurveda. With his familiarity of alternative Western medicine, he also correlates these three disciplines. And his mantra is breathe positive, breathe yoga. His goal is to present yoga not just as asanas, but also an experiential practice, encompassing but not limited to yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, and meditational techniques, mantra yoga, and techniques of Ishwar Pranidhana of Patanjali. So he now lives in Toronto, Canada, and he's part of the Kaivalyadham International, which is based in Canada. So I'd like to thank Mr. Sudhir Tiwari for being the host of this session today and guiding us through this pre-finals meditation. And so I won't take up any more of the session's time by talking. So I'd now like to hand it off to our host today to begin our session. And, before I begin, this session is recorded, so if you would like to put your video on, and if you would like to be spotlighted to be included in our YouTube video, which will be uploaded later, you can raise your hand or you can put it in the chat, and then I will spotlight you. But if you would not like to, it's totally fine. You can keep your video off, or you can even keep your video on and we won't record it. So we'd only be recording those who are spotlighted. Yeah, but that's it. So let the session begin.
Thank you, Veena, and uh, I'm so happy to be on your platform. I'm so excited to be on the platform. So the way we'll break the hour down is we'll do some intellectual gymnastics in the beginning, talk a little bit, 10 minutes approximately, and then we'll go on to our practical session, the meditation session. The first part of the meditation session would be sitting up, um, gazing at the flame of the candle, and I will talk about the technique when we come to it. The second part of the meditational technique would be lying down, and the third part of the meditational technique would be sitting up, and then we shall conclude after that. So, as far as meditation is concerned, this term has become really very popular, especially in the last 20 years. But just to give you a background, the best way to understand meditation, to have clarity about meditation, is to address four basic questions. One is, what is meditation? The question number two would be, why do we do meditation? Question number three would be, how do we do meditation? And then question number four would be, what are the benefits of meditation? So once we are able to get some clarity on these questions, I think it makes the practice even more meaningful, even more experiential, and even more pleasurable. So what is meditation? And meditation is basically thinking more and more about less and less. So I'm just joking here. Just to give you a background, the first references to meditation come from ancient Indian texts, the oldest texts known to humankind, and those texts are called Vedas. We just cannot put a timeline to it, but that's where the earliest references to meditation come from. Now, the Vedas, as texts, some call them scriptures, have been inspirational for the 9 systems of philosophies that were born in India. So basically, some of them which you might know, yoga, of course, is a system of philosophy. Vedanta is a system of philosophy. Buddhism is a system of philosophy, which was born in India. Jainism also was born in India. And these are not merely intellectual philosophies, they are functional philosophies. They are applicable to one's life. They are practical in nature. And there are 3 declarations that came out of the Vedas, which affect the humankind. And through these 3 declarations, all of the philosophies were somehow directly or indirectly affected by them. The first declaration, and again, these declarations were in Sanskrit, is Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one. The wise people have called them by different names. So that was the first declaration. The second declaration was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole universe, the whole world is one big family. And based on the second declaration, the third declaration was outlined. Since we are one big family, since the whole universe is the whole one big family, since the whole world is one big family, Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukh abhav bhavet. So, sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, let us all be happy. Sarve santu niramaya, let all the creatures be disease-free. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, let us be positive. Let us see the glass half full. Let us see good in the others. Ma kashit dukh abhav bhavet. May the suffering, the agony, the misery from everyone's life be removed. So based on these declarations, then all the 9 philosophies devised a functional methodology to achieve these goals. And at any point in time, if these philosophies, functional philosophies, were not able to deliver, they were peacefully replaced by a system that was able to. And when it comes to the Vedas, what do they contain? Vedas actually contain a way of life, directions to a way of life which is intelligent in nature, an intelligent way of living. That is the main message of the Vedas. And how do we know we are living our life intelligently or not? The outcome. If, according to the Vedas, if you're happy, then you're living your life intelligently. If one is able to face, resolve stressful situations without becoming anxious, angry, or depressed, then you're living your life intelligently. And the Vedas also gave us tools to live life intelligently, to be happy, to be able to handle our stressful situations without having an emotional background. So this was the main message of the Vedas, practical message of the Vedas. Now, when it comes to the different philosophies, and again, the practices that we will be doing will be based on yoga philosophy or yogic principles. Meditation in yoga is defined as to direct the flow of attention effortlessly in one direction, meaning to be able to concentrate, to be able to focus, to be able to observe an object, gross or subtle, external or internal, without being distracted. So meditation is a process, begins with observation, then becomes attention, then becomes concentration, and then becomes absorption. So it's a progressive process. So that's what meditation is. Now, why do we do meditation? So as I just said, that to be able to handle the stressful situations without being emotionally affected, or to minimize the emotional impact on us, to be clear, to be peaceful, so that we can deal with the situations in a very efficient manner. That is one of the reasons we do meditation. Now, mind you, the practitioners of meditation could be of two kinds. There are one who are practicing meditation mainly for psychophysiological reasons, for health reasons. And then there are some who want to go beyond. There are some who just want to go on a path of self-discovery. So the first kind of classification of practitioners is called physical culturists, basically health-oriented, physical, mental health. And the second would be spiritual culturists who want to go beyond. So these are the classifications of practitioners. And that's the reason, that's why they do meditation. The third, how do we do meditation? Now, there are various techniques of meditation described in the texts. And every single system of thought, every single philosophy coming out of India has their own meditational techniques. But as I said, we'll be doing technique that relates to yoga. And finally, what are the benefits of meditation? I'm not going to go into detail because we all have Google and AI these days. But if you look at it from a medical point of view, it's proven. And there's a lot of research that's been done on meditation. It engages, or it tones up your parasympathetic nervous system. It has to do something with the vagus nerve. It has a calming effect on us. So that is one of the main benefits of meditation. So that is basically a brief introduction to meditation. Now, how should one be meditation ready? So ideally, the meditation techniques are done sitting up, and they say, what is a good sitting position? Normally, if we are able to sit cross-legged, that's fine. But if you're not, we can sit on a chair, or the main idea is to keep your back upright, your back, neck, and head straight. So they say you don't want to be sitting like a question mark. You want to be sitting like an exclamation mark. So you want to sit tall. So having said that, we will move on to our first meditational technique. It's called Trataka, Trataka, and it is sourced from yoga. It's one of the techniques in yoga. It's normally used as a cleansing practices, but one of the applications of this practice also is meditational. It's used as a meditational technique too. So if you have a candle in front of you, you can light up the candle. If you want, you can turn the lights off. And then if you don't have a candle, maybe in your room, you can pick an object which is not of a large size, any object, and use that as an object for meditation. Now, how do we do Tratak? The technique is relatively simple. You want to gaze at the object. If you have a candle, then you want to gaze at the tip of the flame. And if you have a picture or a small, minute object, you can gaze at the object. But then the main thing you want to be aware of, you have to keep in mind, is while you're gazing at the object or while you're gazing at the tip of the flame, you don't want to blink. And what happens is you keep gazing at it, and at some point you will tear up. And once the tears start to flow, what you do is you close your eyes. And once you close your eyes, there will be a residual image of the flame. And you keep observing that residual image of the flame. And once that image disappears, you want to go into what we call in yoga shavasana, corpse pose, or you want to lie down. And when you lie down, please make sure your legs are apart, toes facing out, heels in, arms away from the body. So that would be, so is everyone clear about it? Any doubt, please let me know. Veena, clear? Okay. So what we want to do is I will walk you through it. There would be a point when I would instruct you to open your eyes and gaze. And that's when you start the technique of Tratak. Now, also, one thing to keep in mind is there are some people who tear up sooner, within minutes, and there are some people who tear up a little bit later. And then there are some people who don't tear up. That's totally normal. But after a certain time, because we don't have all the time for the meditational technique, I will instruct maybe after 7 minutes for everyone to lie down. But if the tears come up and if the residual image is already gone, please feel free to lie down in the corpse pose. And the whole idea of the corpse pose is you're lying on your back, your legs apart, toes out, heels in, arms away from the body loose, and please free up your abdomen. So at this point, please close your eyes. Yavina?
So, clarification that so after you close your eyes before you lie down, you don't open your eyes again, right? Like,
No, you don't
yeah,
open your eyes. Yeah.
right.
Okay, so at this point, please close your eyes. If you can still see me, that means your eyes are not closed. Back upright. Shoulders and chest open. Please free up your abdomen. Don't hold your abdomen back. Just observe your breath. Relax your forehead. It is normal, while doing meditation for the mind at times to be distracted. That's okay. But the moment you realize that your mind's kind of running away here and there, bring it back to your breath. Breath going in, breath coming out. Observe your inhales. Observe your exhales. Let the breathing be normal. There's no need to prolong it, But try to keep your abdomen and the chest relaxed. You don't have to hold your abdomen in. Just let it move freely. With your awareness of the breath. Slowly open your eyes and gaze. As a reminder, you don't want to be blinking. You want to keep your eyes open until you tear up. Once you tear up, close your eyes, gaze at the residual flame. Once the residual flame disappears, with your eyes closed, you can lie down on your back. Now please lie down, everyone, on your back. Legs apart, toes out, heels in, your arms away from the body, the palms facing the ceiling, eyes closed. Just scan through your body and see if you're holding on to any part of your body, and if you are, please try and loosen it up. Now slowly move your awareness to your left leg, the left foot, and the big toe. Have a little movement there. Left foot, big toe. Leave it loose. The next toe. Leave it loose. The next toe. The next toe. And the little toe. Now move them all together. Leave them loose. Now slowly move your attention to the left ankle. Have a little movement there. Leave it loose. Now slowly move your awareness to the shin and the calf muscles. Contract the calf muscles. Leave them loose. Now slowly move your awareness to the knee, the left knee. Have a little movement. Leave it loose. Slowly move your awareness to your thighs and the hamstring. Contract the muscles. Leave them loose. And now slowly move your awareness to the groin area. A little movement. And then relax. Now slowly just try and be aware of your left leg as a whole. It's there. Just try and be aware of it. And now move your awareness to your right leg. The big toe, have a little movement. The next toe, little movement, leave it loose. The next toe. The next. And the little toe. Now move them all together. Leave them loose. Now slowly move your awareness to the right ankle. Have a little movement there. Leave it loose. The shin and the calf muscles. Contract the calf muscles. Leave them loose. The right knee. Have a little movement at the right knee. Leave it loose. The hamstrings and thigh muscles. Contract the muscles. Leave them loose. Now the groin area. Have a little movement there. Leave it loose. Now just try and be aware of your right leg as a whole. It's there. Just try and be aware of it. Now slowly move your awareness to your left arm. Left hand. The thumb. Have a little movement. Leave it loose. The first finger. Little movement. Leave it loose. The second finger. Leave it loose. The third finger. Leave it loose. And the little finger. Leave it loose. Now clench your left fist real tight. Tight. Let go. Slowly move your awareness to the left wrist. Have a little movement. Rotate it a little bit. Leave it loose. Your forearm. Contract the muscles of your forearm. Leave it loose. The elbow, the left elbow, a little movement. Leave it loose. The biceps and the triceps, contract the muscles. Leave it loose. The left shoulder. Have a little movement. The left shoulder. Rotate it back and forth. Leave it loose. The collarbone, just try and be aware of the left collarbone. Now slowly just try and be aware of the left arm as a whole. It's there, lying by your side. Just try and be aware of it. Now slowly move your awareness to the right arm. Right hand. The thumb. A little movement. Leave it loose. First finger. Second finger. The third finger. And the little finger. Now please clench your right fist tight, real tight. Let go. Slowly move your awareness, the wrist, the right wrist. Have a little movement. Leave it loose. The forearm. Contract the muscles of the forearm. Leave them loose. The elbow. Have a little movement at the elbow. Leave it loose. The biceps and the triceps. Contract the muscles. Leave them loose. The right shoulder. Have a little movement. Rotate the shoulder joint back and forth. Leave it loose. Now slowly just try and be aware of your collarbone. Slowly just try and be aware of your right arm as a whole. It's there, lying by your side. Just try and be aware of it. Now slowly move your awareness to your forehead. Try to relax it. Have a little movement. Relax. Move your awareness to your eyes with your eyes closed. Have a little movement, left and right, up and down. Some rotation clockwise, anti-clockwise. The cheeks, a little movement. The chin, a little movement. The lips, a little movement. Now slowly just try and be aware of your ears. Now slowly move your awareness to your nose. Try to feel the touch of air when you breathe in and when you breathe out. Now slowly place your left palm on your abdomen, right on top of your belly button. Try and observe the movement of your abdomen as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Let the movement happen naturally. All you're doing is observing the movement as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Very slowly, open your eyes. Give your body a very good stretch. Yawn if you have to yawn. And very gently, slowly, you may want to sit up. Huh? Not in a hurry, not abruptly, nicely and gently. Feel okay? So now we would move on to our third meditation technique. Just a reminder, the first we did basically based on candle. The second one was mostly in line of relaxation and observing the body. The third one is basically sourced from yogic breath work, but it's a very effective meditational technique also. It can be used as a meditational technique. And some of you might have heard about it because it's one of the most researched techniques also. And the name, it's actually a pranayama. It's called Brahmari pranayama. It basically means replicating the B sound. So the technique is relatively simple. You would inhale slowly through both the nostrils. And when you exhale, you would create a bee-like sound. Now, how does that really sound? What should be the sound of a bee? So try to pronounce the word king. And when you pronounce the word king, the sound that is made by the letters N and G is the sound that you want to produce. So when I say king, so it has more nasality to it. It's the NG sound. Huh? So the technique is simple. You inhale both nostrils slowly. Huh? Slow down your inhalation and the NG sound, and then prolong it as much as you can. Inhale again, and then the sound. Inhale again, and then the sound. Now this, there was some studies done on this particular technique at Harvard, and they found it increases the nitric oxide level 30-fold in your bloodstream. And it also helps people who may have issues with insomnia, especially if done in the evening. So is everyone okay on the technique? Inhale through both the nostrils and exhale. So I'll just demonstrate one round once again. Inhale both. And when you're making the sound, try to be conscious of the sound. The cue is it has to be the NG of the king. You don't have to say king all the time. NG of the king is what needs to be repeated. I will let you know when your last round's going to be. So please close your eyes, sit upright, relax your forehead. At this point, observe your breath for a few moments. Inhale deep and begin. And while you're doing this, try to be conscious of the sound. Try to observe the sound that you make. This would be your last round, upon which please continue to be seated with your eyes closed. Briefly, just observe silence while you're seated with your eyes closed. Now slowly open your eyes. So this brings us to the conclusion of our session. I know as students, as teachers, as professionals, uh, life's busy and, we do have to face stressful situations. But of the techniques that we did today, if you had to choose one, depending on the time you have, the B sound technique is very, very effective in terms of our capacity to handle stress. It calms us down instantly and also promotes good sleep. So 5 to 10 minutes, if you could do it on a daily basis, you would see a really visible difference in the quality of life. So with that, I would like to thank you all for being there. Thanks, Veena, for bringing me on. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tiwari, for this wonderful session. It was extremely calming and it was very informative, and all the tips that you gave were super helpful. So, thank you so much, and thank you all for joining today for this session. But before we conclude, if for those who are at ASU, we can record you as attendance. So please enter your ASU email ID in the chat, and then we'll send you an event feedback form. And also feel free to visit our website to learn more about us if you're not already a member. We do have leadership positions, like officer positions, open. So if you're interested, you can email us at our email ID, which is on the contact page of our website. So thank you all for coming today, and we hope you have a great evening or rest of your day from wherever you are. And also good luck on finals for all the students here. So thank you so much, and bye. Bye, everyone.